Here's something that'd be bizarre in my life. Here's me right here. Cox, morning. It'd be bizarre to me that you go around in life because you can get a pre-programmed little button machine that'll spit out a certain sound when you just press a little button and go, oh man, I'm a musician. Oh yeah. Or perhaps go to a skate park to say that you're a skateboarder, but you really can't skate. But you are the man on the internet. Great musician, skateboarder. The perma fantasy happening. Whew. What is it? Daydreaming? This is in actual what they call a come down mix to recenter or realign, but it's saying it's still not there. It's missing an element of bilateral hemispheric synchronization. Right. Uh-huh. To become all, I guess, like one, one good, pre-packaged, hard worker. Oh, Lisa, like I think we're gonna have to work on that. I actually didn't look it up in the ICD code. I'm sure there is already a code for what we're going through because, I mean, we've got a little bit of solidified evidence to go by for examples and what the AI wanted to spit out at me. So we'll be going through that. Thanks for joining in. I think we'll call this like a Wednesday morning marshmallow roast out in the woods. Oh, man. Gonna roast some doughboys. Supposed to be like a frequency come down mix to help ground yourself a little bit better. But it's missing a few elements. We'll just say that. Oh, wait a minute. We'll give it another element right here.
Like, that is some sitcom shit.
Yeah.
What?
Something really fucked up that
to the point that they do not want him in pictures with them. Like, that is some sitcom shit.
Yeah. Something really fucked up that they all do not like Connie.
Yeah. Yeah,
there's just, I mean, that whole family. If you look at that one fucking family photograph outside of the...
Yeah, she's literally bumping him out of the picture with her ass.
He's like he's like fucking leaning in way from the fucking side. Everybody else is close together, like a normal family.
What's up, Hunger?
He's like, do not like Connie.
Yeah. Yeah,
there's just, I mean, that whole family. If you look at that one fucking family photograph outside... Yeah. Something...
him to the point that they do not want him in pictures with them. Like, that is some sitcom shit.
Testing the AI a little bit better there with their filters. Gotcha. Oh, jeez. Doing a little testing as we go along, of course, with our communications. The audit of scrapyards, I guess you might want to call it. Yeah, got him.
Yeah. Something really fucked up that they all do not like Connie.
Yeah. Yeah,
there's just, I mean, that whole family. If you look at that one fucking family photograph outside of the...
Yeah, she's literally bumping him out of the picture with her ass.
He's like he's like fucking leaning in way from the fucking side. Everybody else is close together, like a normal family.
What's up, Hunger Jack?
He's way out there.
Hope you're doing well, buddy. I just
There's something really fucked up with that guy.
No, I get it, but I also don't believe that he needs to be like sanctioned or whatever just for a place to live. He's literally just looking for a place to live because he's a fucking bum.
Oh yeah, he needs to fucking. I mean, honestly, I agree with what Corrosive said just not too long ago. It's when he came out of that place. If you remember, he was.
You know what? What does it really take to actually sit there and say that you can almost like have somebody sanctioned, right? He doesn't think that Rebel needs to be sanctioned. That's what I find interesting. Is like he's part of some team defined to see who needs to be sanctioned. I find that interesting. Let's go back to our fantasy music, see if it comes through. It started out so good. Hey, what are you doing there? You are a saint. I just don't think any willing participant is going to become a saint. Test. Uh-huh. Yeah, I like to. None of you, if you didn't know, I like to put our music filters through the AI and see how they catch. If you know what I'm talking about, it's like the quadruple reverse. Okay, these guys that we're dealing with can't even handle the triple reverse, and really, seriously, they fail at it every time they try for the triple reverse. They're good at being liars and dumbed down and puppets and amongst other things, but actual almost like you got Capgun and Tonic here that are almost trying to dictate who needs to be sanctioned or not be sanctioned. Yeah. The facts. See, they don't like having to look back on their fantasy that they're going forward on real fast. They're caught up in this fantasy daydreaming. I mean, they're never gonna have to. Oh my gosh, I said the word never. Holy crap, I hope I eat those words one day. They're not going to have to face reality and like go out and mow the lawn type thing, trim some weeds, trim some trees. They're having a hard enough time trimming themselves besides going to a job and then coming home and starting up a stream. Gotta start up a stream. As soon as you get home, get that DoorDash or that Eatsa delivered and start up that stream. Now, it's not to rewind a little bit. It's to keep going forward. That's why they're playing this Rebel stream, Cap, Gun, and Tonic here. Okay, very good test subjects for the day.
Different. He was better.
Now,
he wasn't like
now. Keep in mind, okay, Tonic is under deep investigation. Okay. He's porn bomb channels. They've got a list of targets. He's admitted it. That's, to me, sexual assault, especially on an audience, even if it isn't their image or video of live themselves. But he has shown his, testicles straight up on stream, and he's under investigation to see if he did that at work or not. But yeah, I mean, to be able to come home and then show your testicles on stream, get your DoorDash, and Well, we're gonna go through it a little bit more deeper. We've got fantasy music to go with it. Let's see if that comes through. Right? And you got these guys that think they're able to sanction someone, to have them institutionalized. Right?
All the way better.
Well, I think
He was like sort of. I mean, he was a different person.
I think he was taking medication, though. I think he was like, he was
exactly. And there's nothing.
Wait a minute. Okay, so they're talking about the use of medications, and I even think they admit to their own medication use. There's something. No nuts on YouTube. I call them armatures, window lickers, lens lickers. I mean, okay, so one of the main things that I wanted to go through in this presentation, it would be so easy in life to go to your job, then come home and press buttons on a little synth generator. Call yourself a musician, start your live stream, and then say that you're a skater. You can't even skate. It's on film, dude. You got rolled up on. But he is God's gift to men and women. This Jewish man in Kansas. Okay. Holy shit. Anyways.
Fucking wrong with it. Take the medication.
Take the medication.
To me,
you know what I mean?
The idea of medication. Oh yeah, they're cognitive dissonance against the system, but saying you might want to take your medication. Oh no,
it scares me.
Oh, no.
Look, I respect everybody's. Whatever they want to do when it comes to medication.
Sure.
If you don't want to take it,
that's just a good excuse for him. When he's talking about his meds that he takes.
Because it is your body. Nothing's being forced on you. You shouldn't.
To me, it's
feel
not
like you have to do it.
To me, I don't want to make it a base need because of the monetary value, right? So, when it comes to medication, let's say, God forbid, I lose everything. I have to sell all my stuff. I don't have an apartment. Live back on the street.
Wait a minute. I thought he didn't believe in God. I thought he was Jewish or something like that. I mean, I don't know. I don't really study Judaism, so forth. But we talked about it in a stream a few days ago, though.
But I still have that $35 every 2 weeks that I have to pay for medication. Because I don't have insurance anymore.
Right. So you got Looney Tunes sitting in studio apartments thinking they're, God forbid. This is just amazing. Wow. On medication, trying to dictate who needs to be sanctioned or not. Huh. All right. Okay.
And so I've become essentially a drug addict on legal drugs with no money to pay for it. And I owe the system.
And I respect the way you see that. I do.
When I could,
I'm on medication, and I don't fucking like that. Mine isn't the monetary thing. It's the putting something in my body that
You guys sound like you're already in a therapy session in a state pen, and we're not talking prison. And you're sitting there talking about who needs to be sanctioned or not. This is great.
I mean, fuck.
Oh, that's
I'm in the bodybuilding and strength training. I don't want anything. Right. If I'm going to take something, I'm going to take it willingly because I want to take it. You know what I mean? It's a health thing,
right?
You know what I mean? But it's essential, unfortunately, for me, because every other avenue, it's just no. Can't do that anymore. Haven't been able to for years and years and years. So, yeah, there is that feeling, that you're a slave to that, and I see what you mean exactly by the it's like you're a drug addict. But you're not,
but it's legal drugs and you owe the government,
And you have to pay to feel normal.
Right. When I love like who I am as a person. A lot of people can't say that, and that sucks. But when I look in the mirror, I'm happy with what I see. When I watch my show, I'm happy with what I see. Am I happy with every reaction or action I take?
You must have one of those jailhouse mirrors where you get a different look coming back at you. Just saying.
Fuck no. I make really stupid moves. However, when all's said and done, I absolutely adore myself. And I wouldn't want to change that in any capacity. Right.
No, I get it.
He wouldn't want to change that at all. Okay. You know, after he catches some charges and possibly being put on a sexual registry, maybe they'll have something in prison as far as a rehab program to go through for. You're gonna like this. Get over there where we're at in our presentation here. Uh-huh. Let's see. Okay. Narcissistic personality. Here, can I actually play this? What's the name of the diagnosis where someone is overly in love with themselves in a narcissistic fashion? And that's where we got, well, narcissistic personality disorder, but I think there's a step further. I did not know. Deep need for self-admiration and importance. Well, here's the thing, okay? Disclaimer, all right? Yes, having love for oneself, okay, and being able to take care of your meat suit, like, you know, giving yourself a haircut if you got to, being able to trim them toenails there, Vic. You know, the self-love, yes, but in love with yourself so much that you don't need to change. There's no need to change at all. You can just stay in your daydreaming, oh my God, dumbed down reality. There's got to be something further. Let's listen to this. There's got to be another diagnosis besides narcissistic personality disorder. I mean, there's overabundance of love for oneself. And if you didn't know, that's interacting with the AI there a little bit, trying to come up with something, you know. And it comes back, you're right, besides narcissistic personality disorder, another term often used is maladaptive narcissism, which can refer to an excessive focus on oneself that can negatively impact relationships and functioning. Additionally, some people might refer to a more general term like self-love in a non-clinical sense, but in terms of a diagnosis, narcissistic personality disorder is a primary one if you're looking. Okay, so, and I'm like, I don't know about that. Let's. What's another diagnosis besides maladaptive narcissism where the subject feeds the daydreaming and fantasy, not trying to stop it? Oh, wow. Right. It sounds like you're referring to maladaptive daydreaming. Oh, disclaimer again, I'm not a doctor, even though I've taken some psychology courses, you know, kind of help you get going there, right? And you got to kind of do your own, right? So it sounds like you're referring to maladaptive daydreaming. This is not officially recognized as a diagnosis in many diagnostic manuals. Oh, here we go. See, we're not going to see in the ICD manual, there's a code there, Lisa. But it describes a condition where individuals engage in extensive daydreaming that can interfere with their daily life and responsibilities. I mean, but to have responsibilities in the first place, You know, to be able to, yeah, you got to be able to take care of yourself, to be able to take care of, well, having responsibilities besides a job and your stream, where you're trying to, you know, determine who needs to be, you know, institutionalized. And make sure you take your medications. Right? Oh my God. People with maladaptive daydreaming often find themselves lost in their fantasies and may not want to stop, as it provides an escape from reality. Oh, and that goes into our next part here. Okay. And let's see right here.
What is maladaptive daydreaming? This is a condition in which individuals experience a strong compulsion to daydream. The daydreaming becomes so frequent and intense, it causes distress and interferes with functioning. The daydreams are usually fairly involved and can feature several storylines and various complex characters, almost like a fantasy or adventure movie. The condition is associated with several other related mental activities, including lucid dreaming, fantasy proneness, mind wandering, and dissociative absorption. In addition, maladaptive dreaming is associated with repetitive movements. It's believed that these movements both trigger and maintain the symptoms.
Right.
Research
Like,
indicates
I've seen it before too. Okay. Some puss bag like Tonic wants to talk tough, and then once they get confronted, hey, why are you such a tough talker? You know, you want to throw down or something? Are you in love? Right? And well, they know that you don't swing that way. The uni, right? And but they continue, right? And we're talking more than one instance than just, you know, a Tonic and Shills. And then all of a sudden they're swinging their skateboard around like they're dancing like a fairy, but they're kind of trying to be threatening. You might want to step back a couple of feet. You're kind of getting too close. Then they skate around, and it's like they try to do, I've seen it, just kick their board around, and they're not even on top of it. And, you know, it's just a step above finger skating. You really can't do much with the finger skate. I mean, you can get creative, but it might be a way to go to the skate parks to say you're a skater, to maybe troll kids. Maybe even if we've seen it before in more than one instance, where minors are, you know, being recruited to do the work of somebody like Vic. It's, you know, in their 60s. They're about the same mentality, to do the doxing and so forth. And we've seen it in other, Mark Connors, Scotty Cuccarati's buddy that he worked with the dojo in a dojo with, that should have been on the registry, weaseled his way out of it. But yeah, he had a Discord. Mr. Connors Cruz had a Discord where they had minors in there and using to attack. So how do they recruit them? Maybe shitbags like Tonic on the street trying to recruit them at the skate parks. But yeah. Anyways, I had something. Well, see, to call it out, to call out in detail somebody that's just a complete F up and maybe a danger to other people, right? You need to know a little bit more with what you're dealing with and how to call it out. Call it out and documenting it is important, but actually having it take effect. If for me, if I'm going to take a swing at something, I'm going to swing for the fences and I'm not going to screw around with it. Throw a fastball right down the middle and I'm going to smash it. Anyway, that's a little too much fantasy. Here we go. We're going to finish this up real quick.
that the largest fear that many people with this condition have is losing control of the daydreaming process and becoming forever lost in a world of fantasy. What is maladaptive daydreaming?
Love it.
This is...
Sorry. Okay, so the dissociative absorption here that we're talking about is a little bit deeper. We're not just talking about what might stick in your neural pathways there. Say dissociative absorption is a psychological phenomenon where a person becomes so absorbed in an experience that they lose awareness of their surroundings or sense of self. This can happen during intense activities like reading, watching movies, or even daydreaming. It's a way for the mind to escape reality, and while it can be a normal experience in some cases, it may be linked to dissociative disorders. So, I mean, you know, in a case like Tonic, where he's actually done sexual assault on the internet, see, this is any good case has your solutions, Kay. And I mean, I'm not the one to try to weaponize the system or anything. And I'm just, these are just suggestions. In a good court case, if people are going to take you to court, I didn't start making videos and streams to, hey, I'm here to catch court case. Right? Oh, man. But here's the thing. Oh, here we go. Talk about the Pu55ificaton of America there, or UniMerica. In any good court case, you've got to have solutions. So somebody like Tonic, where he's sexually assaulted, he's obviously wanting to be around children in the skate park, and he's kind of a poser. He's happy with himself, in love with himself so much that he doesn't need to change. He's a perfect, like, skateboarder, right?
I love, like, who I am as a person. A lot of people can't say that, and that sucks. But when I look in the mirror, I'm happy with what I see. When I watch my show, I'm happy with what I see. Am I happy with every reaction or action I take? Fuck no. I make really stupid moves.
At least you can admit that.
When all's said and done, I absolutely adore myself. And I wouldn't want to change that in any capacity.
So no, I get it.
So
I'm different.
Leave no room for improvement there, basically. Like, I mean, even taking responsibility on having a house plant. I wouldn't trust him a furry around animals. There's maybe a reason why he shouldn't be around animals and just buying little fur babies that are stuffed. That's no shit. Oh, interesting, huh? Wow. The daydreaming process, staying in the daydream of being these perfect individuals that can sanction someone or not sanction. They don't think he should be sanctioned. Wow. Yeah, and so absorbed in the experience that they lose awareness of surroundings or sense of self or even maybe time. Huh. You know, just for me, I mean, the Pu55ificaton of America might come down to where, I mean, everything around you going on is just, it's great. We can accept that there's, you know, possibly, you know, buildings on fire and, you know, cars being rolled over and lit on fire from riots and shit like that, right? It's okay. It's going to be all right. To be able to go online, you know, let just everything burn down around you and then go online and be able to talk about each other and who needs to be institutionalized. It's just, don't worry about trying to, you know, do an actual kickflip and land it, right? Just act like you can and talk about it like you're a pro on the internet. Oh my gosh. Anyways, well, that was fun. Back to real life shit. Talk to you guys later. Thanks for joining in. All right. Back to your fantasy LARP show. Here you go. Oh yeah. Should drop the link. Yep, back to work. None is saying she's gonna take my freaking house. That's cray. Yo, that's awesome. Aquino soldiers and warriors unite. Yep, get those restraining orders ready, everybody. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Oh man. Yeah, yep. Definitely. Those are facts being spoken in the chat right now. Oh, what do we got? Yeah, I gotta go do stuff. Thanks for joining in. Oh, but wait a minute. There is more. If anybody wants to join the stream, hit me up in the chat and I'll let you on. Don't be pussified about it. Okay? I mean, if you're anybody that's got some salt to be able to use the platform, you'll be able to let me know in the chat. And I'll let you up. And if you got any questions, maybe I can hang out for a minute. But yeah, take over if you want. I've got stuff going on.